What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Buildit video. Alright, today we're going to talk about high-level contest mayors. I've seen a lot of you guys having trouble with this, and it's starting to be very apparent that a lot of people are not aware that a lot of the contest mayors videos that I have posted are meant for level 11 to 29 to level like 11 to level 30 players that do not have regionals unlocked. However, if you are a high level player, that is a totally different thing. Okay, like the way that you're going to make your choices is a million times different than the way you're going to make your choices if you're playing CoM as a low level player. Now, a lot of players are not making that connection, so I'm going to try as hard as I can to get this notice out to you guys that if you're a higher level player, like if you fall into the criteria of any of the following: are you level 25 and have regional maps unlocked? Are you, if you have regionals unlocked, you're considered a high level player. Okay, so if you have regionals unlocked, automatically you are in the higher level bracket. Now, where things are going to get really tricky for you guys is the people that have regionals but are camping. At that point, you would need to restart anyways, but saying that you weren't going to restart, saying you had regionals and you were going to avoid doing upgrades, then you would have to rotate in your regional assignments without doing upgrade assignments. And that is going to be much more tricky. I don't have as many people that fit into that bracket. Either people restart or they just proceed on. But I will put out a video for those specific players. So if you fall into that category, watch for that video. But this video is for people who either have regionals unlocked and are leveling, or you don't have regionals unlocked and then you're considered a low-level CoM player. So anybody who has regionals unlocked or is above level 30 is going to be considered a high-level player, okay? Now, that being said, high-level CoM is so much different than low-level CoM. Why is that? Because low-level CoM, you are rotating your assignments based on the fact that you cannot do upgrades. Therefore, you have to increase the odds of lower upgrades coming in and then cancel when high upgrades come in because they're blocking high premium tasks. So let me reiterate that again, or rephrase. So basically, here's the thing. You need to rotate your assignments. When you're a low-level CoM player, you rotate your assignments based around the fact that you can't do upgrades. So you try to have high premiums come in and you rotate those, filling your list up with low upgrades. That's the initial goal. Now, what'll happen is every now and then you're going to get high upgrades, right? I mean, there's no way to avoid it. You can do things to increase the odds, but there's no way to 100% avoid it. So once you get all of your low-level upgrades stacked up, then you can start rotating in your high premiums so that there's a higher chance of getting higher premiums rather than higher upgrades. Now, I have a video coming out about that, but high-level players, that is not part of the equation. You don't need to do that. You can do upgrades, right? So this person reached out to me and they said, "Hello, Missy, I've been following your advice to the letter and doing great. This CoM, however, started with really high paid war delivery tasks and monster attack task. But the monster is still a day away. The rest of the tasks are low, 800 to 1360. I tried doing the higher of those, produce and collect." I hate that phrase. Okay. Production task, yes. But anyways, moving on. But these resulted in worse tasks. I tried switching to housing and same said results. What should I do? Should I not do any low tasks and wait until monster arrives? I may risk running out of time in case I need to use gold tickets or GTS. I think that's what she means by that. At the same time, I'm reluctant to cancel 5K tasks. Any advice? Please, I'm not in your club, but I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel. Okay, I know you're not in my club. I know the members in my club. But anyways, okay, So here's the thing. So with high-level CoM, here's the advice that I have for you. And I asked her, I needed to see her list, so we're going to go and we're going to look at her list super quick, okay? Which you guys can barely see. I can barely see that. Hang on, you guys. Let's pull up the Facebook. It'll be easier. Okay. So, this is her post here on the Facebook channel. So for those of you guys who are not part of our group on Facebook, you are more than welcome to join. This is where all of the guides, videos, and things like that get posted. Okay, so we're going to click on the comments section here. Also, be aware when other people comment on posts that you're asking me questions. Take whatever it is they say with take it as a grain of salt, okay? Just don't take it as the word of Missy, because that's usually what they say is wrong, okay? All right, so that's not where the pictures are. Where are the pictures? Here they are. Okay, so she's sending these photos, and so first thing we do, what do we do when we look at the contest mayor's task? What's the first rule that I've taught you guys? Because how many people looked at the list? They look straight at the list first. What's the very first thing that you look at before you give any advice or do any assessing at all? You look at setting the scene. City level, league, value, or not value, city level, league, amount of tasks remaining, and time remaining. So she's got 3 days, 22 hours. She's got 38 tasks remaining. I have no idea what kind of club she's in, if she's in war, what's going on. She is level 94 though. That stood out to me drastically, because now I'm like, wait a minute, why is she playing low level CoM if she's a high level player? So here's the thing with low level CoM, or high level CoM. Let's do a task assessment as a high level player. She's got a non-premium repair for 1,200. The most this one could come back for is 2,400. So that's really a task she really should never do. Honestly, as a high-level player, you're only gonna do that task if it sits about 2,000 or higher. Otherwise, you're just gonna leave that one sit at the beginning of your list for the duration of the contest, because it has no value to you, right? So as long as you're in the rule 1 of rotation, which would be opportunity trumps value, that's for low-level players. The rules of rotation for high-level players is value trumps opportunity unless there's no other opportunities. So I'll explain that here in just a second. Epic projects also fall into this category, right? So they can only be worth 2,400 as a high-level player. Or as a high-level player, we want to increase the chances of getting those high upgrades, because we don't care if we get upgrades. So right now we have a delivery to Tokyo. That is a 3K premium task that cannot pop up because it's sitting there for 1K value. But being how she's 38 tasks remaining, that means that this task came in within the last 3 tasks. The one for the Omega came in the last 4 tasks roughly, and then the launch one came in about 5 tasks ago. All 3 of these are coming in of a low value. Why? Why are they coming in of a lower value if she has all lower value tasks? Let's keep assessing. Because those are all premiums, right? All 3 of those tasks can be worth 3,000 points. So as long as they sit there for 1,000 points, they have no possibility of reoccurring for 3,000 points. The chems is at 900. That one is a no touch. So we're doing our task breakdown and our task assessment, right? So repair, epic, and chems are already in the no touch category, as they pose less opportunity for premium values. Now, let's back out of here and look at the second half of the screenshot. She has sugar at 1360. This, again, it's not going to be worth much. It's just going to cause more downtime. There's no sense in touching that. The ladders, those are they're a premium technically, with the fact that they are a production task, but they pose very little opportunity in this regard, because again, we're playing high level CoM. So we have so many other tasks that we could do that would bring better results, right? So the couches and the ladders would be the very last thing you would ever rotate, and given the fact that she's a high level player and can do upgrades, it's likely those will never be touched, whereas a low level player, those would be their go-to rotatables. Now, what is her next play? The correct choice would be that war attack at the bottom, because it's worth 2,000 points, it's premium, and it needs to get done. It's also been sitting probably since the beginning of the contest. I don't know if she's in war though, right? So saying that she's not in war, we need to increase the chances of getting high value tasks. We need to let the non-premium low value sit and do the low premiums that are sitting. So what do we call this stage of CoM? What is this? What is this an example of? This is an example of reverse rotation. Now, reverse rotation is one of the hardest things for people to comprehend. Reverse rotation is where you have all low value premiums and non-premiums in your list. And as many of you guys know, that for high level players, that means that you need to rotate out low premiums to get high premiums. Whereas low level players rotate out low non-premiums, or rotate out, they let their low non-premiums sit to rotate in premiums to get chances for high premiums. So that's kind of a tongue twister. So basically this is what's going on. She's got all low value tasks, right? So what are we trying to accomplish? We're trying to accomplish high value tasks to come in. So let's break it down to what's premium and what's not. We've got deliveries for premium, Omega premium, launch disaster premium, and then we've got that launch attack at the bottom. If she cannot do that launch attack for Club Wars, then she needs to go up the next chain, which would be launch disaster, because we're starting from the bottom, because we're going for what's been sitting for the longest time. Launch disaster's been sitting the longest. She needs to open up that possibility. Once she does the launch disaster, then she determines what comes in and she reassesses her situation. Depending on what comes in will determine if she goes and does the Omega upgrade. Okay, she needs to get these 3 1,000 tasks. She needs to get them rotated in so that she can open up those possibilities. Otherwise, she's just going to have nothing but problems. My guess is she's been rotating things like repair, epics, probably production tasks, things like that. Those are tasks that you rotate less often as a high level player. She also has that design challenge one at the bottom she could do when the design challenge opens. That's 1,600 points. Although I would probably leave that one sit depending on the situation. So for those of you guys who are trying to play high level CoM, essentially what you guys need to follow is you need to follow that you need to do your highest tasks in your list, except you need to make sure that you are rotating in your low premiums. Okay? So let's say that she had a 2K, or let's say she had a 3K Omega upgrade and a 1K Tokyo delivery. If she doesn't do the 3K Omega upgrade first, then the chances of getting a high value task after doing the Tokyo are less, right? So right now with the CoM this week, it's going to be a little bit different because of the way that the war tasks are, the algorithm of the war tasks has been increased, and the double points for war tasks is there as well. So your list algorithms are going to be different than normal, but try to work around them as best you can. And if you're not in a club that's doing war, you really shouldn't be playing competitively this week, as it's not gonna happen. Okay? If you can't do those war tasks this week, you're gonna have nothing but problems. But the next thing that I wanted to let you high level players know is that I have some videos, and I think they're on a playlist, and if not, when I get home today, I will make sure that I get them there. But there was 2 weeks where I played CoM competitively as a high level player, and I did a walkthrough, and I showed you guys all my choices and what I did. I ran a 2K average both weeks as promised, and proved that if I proved to you guys, I promised you guys before I did it that I would run a 2K average. And I did. And I did it in very short amount of time. And I had to show you guys what it takes to do that. To run a 2K average or higher. Now, at this level, I have no idea why she's playing competitively. Truly, I don't. The cost that goes into playing CoM at this level is just astronomical. It's absolutely not worth it. The amount that you're going to spend on flights, resources, tokens, time, all that, it doesn't pay out. Even if you win, what you spent versus what you gain is it's absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, I can see she's been playing a while, and my advice to you is that you need to watch and I'm going to be doing another one, more up-to-date one, is you need to assess what your city is about and what you're doing with your city. Okay, so like if you're a high-level player with a high-level city, you've been playing several years, you're not going to restart, right? You're in the boat that I'm in. But you need to realize like what your city's capable of and what its uses are. I know that my city, realistically, putting that much time and money and effort into winning the contest isn't worth it. So I had to reassess my goals and say, okay, what do I want from my city? Do I want a beautiful city, or do I want a efficient strategic city? And if that's the case, then I mean, look at what is the point in a strategic efficient city, right? It's to get maximum storage, it's to get those regionals unlocked and all that good stuff. So basically what you need to do is you need to reassess what your city has. You need to look at the fact, like my city, for example, I have all my regionals unlocked. They are all maxed out. All the mountain sides, the beach unlocks are all done on all of them. Like I said, I've got every map, and basically at this point, it's all about design for me. But the trouble with my city is that I have no way to earn platinum keys without just giving an obscene amount of energy and time devoted to winning the contest. And the problem with that is when you get to those higher levels, like level 99, the upper 90s, you're in hacker territory like crazy, right? Everybody wants a level 99 or 101 city. And so you're going to just be swamped with people, to put out that much work to lose to somebody who's hacked, it's not worth it. It's not fun, for one, and it's just not worth it. And so if I was you, with the fact I can see you have max storage, and I can see that you have quite a bit of coin and things like that, I would focus on reassessing the reason why you play. Are you a war player? Are you do you want a beautiful city? If so, if you want a beautiful city, then what you should do is you should be competing in CoM for the purpose of the past, and then using any extra, cash, resources, energy, and things like that to actually putting value to your city. There's no sense in throwing all that kind of money away for flights and things of that nature so that you can fail still. I mean, you're telling me in the comments section that you're lucky to hit top 6 or whatever, but you're dropping how much cash? I mean, you can hit top 6 not dropping cash at all if you really wanted to, but why would you? The point is, you're spending more than you're gaining at this point, right? And so I don't see a point in that. Now, if you wanted to proceed on, if you just want to test and see how well you could do, I highly recommend that you watch my high-level CoM walkthroughs, okay? And I'm going to send them to you on Facebook. I'll link them in the group. But watch those videos and see how I play a week of CoM and then the following week. So I did Metro to get into Mega, and then I did Mega. So I will try to locate the Mega one, and yeah. Hopefully that is more helpful to you. But for those of you guys who are playing low-level CoM as a high-level player, you cannot do that. It doesn't make sense, okay? So I'm going to try the best I can to get this out there. We are open. We're out of war, I believe, or we're just about out of war. So we're taking in players. We do have a couple spaces available. If you guys are interested, you will need to watch the group rules video and hit me up on Facebook, and I will do my best to get back to you guys.